All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto my apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akim that's out here pushing his word in truth and in all sincerity. Shalom. All right. And shalom to the sincere sisters that are tuning in as well. All right. I just want to do this very quick lesson. We're nearing the end of the Day of Atonement of 2022. Lord willingly, this is our last one, as we say. But, it's of the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So, it's the Day of Atonement. It's a beautiful day. It's a solemn day. It's a day for us to repent, cut off the flesh, to get closer to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which is a beautiful thing, and which kind of brings me into what kind of motivated me to do this lesson is, when you, a fast is more mental than it is physical, because you're literally cutting your flesh off. So, of course, when it's your first time ever fasting, it's hard, because, and you want to know why it's hard? That's kind of goes hand in hand with this lesson as well. It's because this world, it bombards you with carnality, right? All this afternoon I was watching. Matter of fact, I had just got back into the house earlier when they made some runs, and I got the TV on and I'm looking at the commercials. It's a commercial break in between the show, and the first commercial was like a fast food restaurant commercial, right? Then the one right after it was an energy drink, like Rockstar energy drink. And that's when it caught my mind, like, because sometimes, the princes of the air, these things be individually fucking with you. It just be Satan fucking with you. So then I'm like, okay, I saw the fast food, I saw the energy drink. The third one was for aluminum foil. So they showed a guy in the kitchen cooking, he had chicken and the bell peppers and shit. And I was like, damn. That's when I said, through the spirit, that's when I was like, yo, this place is always trying to stuff down your face, stuff down your throat, food, carnality. When you think about ancient Rome, one of the tactics that ancient Rome used, which was a psychological tactic. Again, that's why I said fasting is more mental than it is physical. So ancient Rome had a thing of bread and circus, basically keeping you as a person in a gluttonous mind frame, always stuffing your esophagus with food, Ancient Rome would actually have places where they would have, I can't remember the exact, but during some of the festivals, or like Bacchus and Saturnalia and different things of that nature, even at the different events, you would have damn near like buffet styles of food served to the people, and then they would have buckets next to you on the outskirts of the room where you could go throw up. People would, those Romans would literally eat, which those Romans were Edomites, they were Israelites, they were Ammonites, Moabites, because Rome, just like America, was a melting pot of all nationalities. It wasn't just crackers in ancient Rome. Just like there aren't just white people and there aren't just black people in America, okay? So people would eat until they would throw up. That's the bread side. And then the circus is the entertainment, like your arenas and your gladiators and so on and so forth. So it was psychological warfare. Keep the people fed, keep the people entertained. Right? So back to the point of the Day of Atonement, I'm watching. Like I said, it went from the aluminum foil. It got my attention at the aluminum foil. And then the next commercial right after that was another food commercial. And I was like, that's why I was like, yo, you're not always hungry. You're only hungry because they shove it down your throat through propaganda and entertainment and TV and media. Right? The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. That already gets you in the mind frame of having a cup of coffee. What comes with the coffee? Nobody really just drinks coffee by itself. You want a pastry with it. You want a blueberry muffin. You want a breakfast sandwich. This is the problem. Okay? Let's look up the word glutton. I'm curious. Got a second. Let's get the etymology of glutton. Glutton, on the etymology, is defined as one who eats and drink to excess. Okay? Let's see if any more to it. This definition. Bear with me 1 second. I'm about to park, so give me 1 second. Salakia, forgive me. 1 second. Glutton, a scoundrel, overeater. All right. Yeah, basically general sense in reference to one who indulges in anything to excess. And that's what this world pushes. This is the reason why the vast majority of women are not just overweight, but obese. See, there's levels to being fat. You could be a few pounds overweight. You know what I'm saying? 5, 10 pounds overweight. That's just a bowel movement. You understand? That's a simple bowel movement. But then you got people that are 10, 15, 40, 100 pounds overweight. Some people are 50 to 100 pounds overweight. That's not just simply a bowel movement. The priest in our camp, shout out to him. He did a beautiful, we have classes on Fridays, or once a week, excuse me. I just say it like that. We have classes once a week. And, he went into the cultural aspect of us as Israelites, of how we ate in the land of Israel. And I may not have many scriptures to go into this, and that's the Spirit hit me with one. But when you deal with the culture of eating, it basically said that we would eat maybe 2 times a day. Late morning meal, and then another early evening meal. Right? And as we were discussing and things that were made and so on and so forth, I always say this in the Spirit. I said, if you really ate lawfully, it's impossible for you to be overweight. It's literally impossible to get fat eating lawfully. Right? Now, this is not an attack to any man or woman that may be a little overweight. Because this food, matter of fact, let's just get that. That's a good scripture. Let's see, bear me 1 second. This is Ezekiel 4:13. And it says, and the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them. So, like I said, for the senses of sake of balance, all this food we eat is defiled. That's why it's damn near impossible to build muscle on this side. As you know, so this is not an attack, but when you understand diets and eating habits and this Americanized eating way, it's fucked up. See, when you think about, when women think about the fact of, we be like, yeah, a woman should cook, right? We were saying this as well. In the ancient world, wasn't nobody eating 3-4 meals a day. That's not how that was happening. Let's look at this world now. The average woman and man, because I've worked in these restaurants, I've worked in these coffee shops, right? I used to open a coffee shop, Starbucks. So I had to be there at 4:30 in the morning. So people coming there as soon as you cut that open light on, niggas is coming in. So when they come in, this is 5 in the morning. They're getting a venti drink, venti frappuccino, right? They're getting a venti frappuccino, sugar, caffeine, all this extra shit, caramel drizzle. Then they're getting a cheese Danish, right? That's just the early morning to get their shit going. Then they're going to get something later, a few hours later, because again, this food is defiled. One of my favorite scenes in 300 was when Leonidas was standing over the bodies and he's eating the apple. Right? See, that's the spirit. Gluttony. Right? So, and this is all, like I said, I'm just pulling what I've experienced in a day, what I've seen, my thoughts, and sharing this in a video. Because again, back to the point of this stuff is, it's defiled. Leonidas ate an apple, and he was there used to be a saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So it used to be a time where you could actually just eat an apple and be suffice. Eat a pear, be good. Eat a peach. Eat a piece of cheese. Now we live in a society where you gotta eat goddamn 3, 4, 5,000 calories to do certain things. You understand? We as men gotta damn near, you know how hard it is in this society to, this parking lot is flooding. Hell no, I'm not getting out in this. I'm sorry, man. I'm just looking at how I'm at the grocery store, getting my, provisions for the night. But back to the point, this rain's kind of throwing me off too. If it's loud in the background, Salakia. But back to the point of the eating wasn't the same back then. So if you ate some lamb, like some lamb shank, right? And a little bit of vegetables with some oil and vinegar and some bread. And that's sufficient. That was good. This society, you go to Subway, which Subway is trash, right? You eat a whole goddamn sub sandwich. 20 minutes later, you hungry. So this society is destroyed. All right? Matter of fact, let me get something real quick. The Spirit's just saying go here. I'm going to get this real quick. Matthew 6. And I'm going to go to the Lord's Prayer. I'm going to get a point out of the prayer. Matthew 6:11. Give us this day our daily bread. See, in the ancient world, part of the diet, when you research it, they would eat bread. Like in the book of Ruth, it speaks about dipping the bread in the vinegar. That would be sufficient. This food from the very molecular level of it, is trash. The vegetables are trash. The fruits are trash. The water is trash. So you can't put all this in a pot and throw some seasoning on top of it and think now, oh, this is some healthy shit. No. It started out unhealthy and it's going to finish unhealthy. All right? Understand that. But back to the point of this place pushes down our throat food, man. And, I looked forward to the Day of Atonement this year. When you in the flesh, your flesh don't want to cut off this shit. This stuff was made for us to enjoy. And not to indulge or overindulge, but it was set up for us to, we're in the flesh. So we're put in the flesh to be able to enjoy the things that the flesh is meant to enjoy. That's why this day is about cutting off the flesh. And me personally, speaking as a man, I've been eating good the last several months. I've ate really good, been, traveled, been here, been there, so on and so forth. So I was like, yeah. And you know what? I need a day just to fast, just to afflict myself because, I don't want to get caught up in this, this dainty lifestyle. That's why when you read in the book of Daniel, that's a spirit, 144. Oh, the car that was parked next to me, the price tag was 144. All praise Yahweh Shemi, I was shot. He just drove off. Daniel challenged those Babylonians to basically a challenge of, hey, me and my people, we're going to eat post, which is now deemed a Daniel fast. Basically, fruits, vegetables, things of that nature. Half fast, as they call it. And, but they were more into the meats and the dainties. So sometimes you got to cut off that, the good eating and suffer this. For instance, my ribs so-called sister and her, I don't even want to talk about that bullshit. So I'm not even going to throw that in there. But the point of it all is that when you cut off the food and you see how gluttonous people are, how people overindulge. And I thank the Lord all praise Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai for putting these days into our calendars, because it's a sharp reminder. Because very soon, we're going to be on a permanent fast. Understand that. Very soon, all these grocery stores, all this food ain't going to be out here. And I'm not saying that I'm built to go a week. I'm not saying that. I pray that if I have to be in a position like that, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai gives me the strength. You understand? But at the same token, I'm able to go a few days without eating a solid meal. You think these average Americans, these average niggas out here, like I was saying earlier, they go to Starbucks at 5 a.m. They DoorDash themselves some bullshit food for breakfast. Lunchtime, they going somewhere and eating a burger with bacon on it, French fries, some milkshake. By that mid-afternoon, they want a snack or something, so they may go get another coffee, because all this shit that they done put in their stomach has got them fucking hungry or crashing. I should say they're really crashing. Fucking sugar crashes, shit like that, right? So then, like I say, think about all of this. The average motherfucker out here eats 3 to 6 times a day. I'm sorry, it was a reflection. I couldn't see you. I apologize. It's like I almost hit a woman. But the point of this is, a lot of times it ain't that you hungry or that I'm hungry. A lot of it is boredom and advertisements and propaganda. See, even as I sit right here, I'm in a grocery store parking lot, right? Like I said already. let's just see. There's the grocery store. There's a Marco's Pizza right there. There's a wing spot right there that I can see. There's a Popeyes behind me. There's a Wendy's behind me. There's across the street is a Subway. There's a Dunkin' Donuts. There's a Smoothie King. There's an IHOP. And I'm just naming a few of the places. So there's always this, and that's just where I'm at right now. If I go 200 feet down the road a little bit more, there's a Taco Bell, there's a Long John Silver, there's another wing spot, there's a Walmart. Go a little bit further down, there's a Burger King, there's a KFC, there's a fucking Cookout, there's Checkers. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, we're bombarded with this shit. Don't let food be your kryptonite, man. You know, we eat food to sustain ourselves, to feed ourselves. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes there is a moment to feast. Hell, even Yahweh Shem Yahushai within the laws, there's a time to feast. You have the Feast of Tabernacles, the Feast of the Memorial of Blowing the Trumpet, right? Feast of Memorial of the why am I messing that up? You know what I'm trying to say. You have new moons. There's always space for celebrations, but it always has to be in balance. That's why I said, I'm like, nah, I need a fast. I need to afflict myself. I haven't been eating good, been out of town several times this year. You know what I mean? And I mean, this isn't my first fast of the year, so I don't want to make that, because, you know, you should be fasting when need be too. But I'm speaking to the spirit of sometimes the dainties and getting caught up in that. But these people out here, man, they overindulge. It's always about their goddamn belly. That's why these women on social media, the big argument is they always want you to take their black ass to some restaurant so they can eat hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of food, because these people got food demons on them. And it's important for us in these times that we're in to manage that shit, man. You know, I realize in myself, a lot of this eating is straight boredom. What the hell is going on, man? I'm just sitting in this parking lot and I'm just looking at the people going in, Salakia. But you got to manage these food demons. We're all in the flesh. This flesh always wants something, needs something, thirsts for something, you know? And a day like this is a great reset. Like, damn, I really don't need that shit, man. I really don't like that shit. You know what? How I'm in this fast is how I should end my days, or how I end my fast, how I should start my days. This is a good point to reset your food clock, because this place will throw you the fuck off. It'll have you eating fucking fried chicken at 3 a.m. and shit, man. This is what this world wants of you. And then you wonder why your testosterone levels are fucked up. And you women wonder why your hormones are always jacked up, because this food is pumped with hormones. Sometimes you got to cut the meats. Again, I'm not one to say don't eat meats. I'm not saying that. Because first of all, I'm going to eat meat. Pause. All right. I'm going to eat steak. I'm going to eat chicken. All right. I'm going to eat a hamburger when I want it. But at the same token, I know that when it's time to cut this shit off and fall back a little bit, say less. I'm going to have instead of the chicken curry, I'm going to make me a vegetable curry. You see what I'm saying? Instead of chicken pasta, I'll make me a vegetarian option with the pasta and spinach or whatever the case may be. Sometimes you got to know, let your body tell you. But if you're not in tune with your body, as most Jake aren't, because most niggas stuff they fucking bodies with bullshit from the time they wake up to the time they go to sleep. And a lot of you have been doing this from the time you were born, and you're about a foot in the grave, man. And I'm going to say this in closing. Gout, a disease that fucks up our people, man. You know what gout is? Gout is also called a king's disease. Going back to the kings and the king's dainties. You get gout when you indulge in a bunch of sugar and all that extra shit, man. All right? Sometimes you got to just go without, man. And then closing, I'll say this too. Another part of the spectrum of food that we don't partake in, that this place makes bad or whatever. You got 4 spectrums of food, right? You got spicy, you got bitter, you have sweet, and you have salty. Niggas hate spicy. A little bit of spice. Niggas be, I can't, niggas lose their goddamn mind over a little bit of spice. Oh, look at the rainbow. All praise Yahweh Shemi, I was shot. Bitter, niggas can't deal with bitters. Niggas do not deal with bitters. But you know what niggas love? Sweet and salty. Niggas eat salty shit all day and sweet shit in between. So you gotta stop eating like a fucking nigga. And I'm talking to myself too. Sometimes you gotta widen your horizon of foods, man. A lot of niggas out here, I'm just in this because I'm in a grocery store, so I just see these niggas. A lot of these niggas just are fried chicken and country ham eating ass niggas, man. A lot of these niggas are smothered pork chop and French fry eating niggas, man. I remember one time I heard I was listening to a nigga conversation, and the nigga was like, shit, man, I pretty much eat, I don't know about other areas, but down here in Atlanta, you got like this American deli demon that's out here real bad. These American delis where you can go in, you can get you a Philly cheesesteak or some Philly cheesesteak and French fries or fried rice or chicken wings or hamburger, shit like that. And this nigga was like, man, I pretty much eat Philly cheesesteaks and French fries every day. He said he said basically he ate so much of that shit, he's surprised he's not a Philly. And I said, God damn. I was like, damn. Sorry. And it's really amazing just sitting here in the parking lot. All these women that have walked up, they're all fat. I'm looking at one that's walked by, fat. One that's about to walk by, fat. They're a bunch of fatties. Because you know why? They're stuffed with fucking parasites and chicken burgers and fucking McDonald's from 20 years ago. Because you think these niggas eat fruits and vegetables to fast? Absolutely not. So I'm going to close here. I want to give all the glory and honor to you. How about Shemi? I was shy by Shinra Kakwarash. Until next time.